Hello everyone, welcome to Slipjoint Sawyer. Some of you may know, yesterday, Saturday the 7th of October 2023, was the second annual Sharp Show. That's the only sort of knife show here in the UK. I attended with some great friends, met up with a load of cool people. I met Paddy, Judd, MB, EDC, Mikey Newman, Dan from Bladebridge and many more. Met a couple of subs there, Sean as well, Will. Really appreciate you guys coming up and speaking to me, just saying hello, and it was a really great day. I just thought today I'd show some of the knives I picked up from the show, and then at the end I've got a little bit of a montage for you of some of the clips, pictures I've taken throughout the day. So let's just jump straight into it. I mainly went really to try and pick up some of the old traditional knives, maybe vintage knives, and see what I could find, and I think I did pretty well from that. So the first one I picked up was this little tiny buck, and this is a buck 305. So I believe this is the duo or the pen knife. I'm not entirely sure of the model, but you can see it has the black sort of saw cut, very locked scales. It does have the buck script shield on there as well. We do have nickel silver bolsters and of course that brass pin through the middle holding it all together. You can see we have brass liners and a single spring, and on the back as well you can see the same saw cut Velox handle material. One of the best condition knives I picked up for the day. This cost me about, I think it was about £20 I paid for that, and to get a USA made buck in such great condition I thought was absolutely fantastic deal. So you can see we have the clip point blade here, and the snap is fantastic on both of these blades. You can see you have the buck 305 on the tang stamp and the chevron pointing to the right, which I identified as 1987, and you can see that's USA made. I have given these a bit of a clean up since, done to do a little bit more. The nail nick needs a bit more go in there. The inside needs a little bit more of a clean, but I mainly just wanted to get them cleaned up a little bit so I could get a video out. So you can see that classic buck clip point, really wonderful, and the snap is just fantastic, and even more so on this little tiny coping blade. Just listen to this. That snap on such a tiny blade, absolutely fantastic. Really, really wonderful. So we take a look at the specs really. So we've got a close length of, it's quite a small knife, so we're looking at a 2.7 inches closed with a main clip point blade length of 2 inches and 1.6, 1.7 of cutting edge. And then we're looking at that small coping blade, which has a full blade length of 1.4 and then a cutting edge of 1.1, 1.2. Really great find, really into my old traditional knives at the moment, and I was over the moon to pick this one up. So that's the first of 4 I picked up. It's the buck 305. Next up I came across this vintage case Stockman. To have the sort of jigged brown bone scales here with the oval case text shield. Do have brass pins and nickel silver bolsters, and the fit and finish of these older case knives is absolutely fantastic. I can't see any gaps on there at all. Little tiny bit of stepping here, but very, very minor. And on the back as well, you can see that sort of peach seed jig on the bone, and you can see someone has carried this and loved it as it's worn smooth. Almost pocket worn the natural way. So here's a Stockman, so you have the standard blade set. So we have the clip point blade, and the snap is still fantastic. You can see here we have the case XX tang stamp and USA, and I believe this was, if I'm not mistaken, 1971 I think I dated it to, and there's the 9 dots there. But you can see we got some patina on the carbon steel blades there. I have given them a bit of a sharpen, so you can see my edge on there. Just a bit of freehand sharpening to get it as a working knife. All these do need a bit more of a cleanup, but again you can see that wonderful fit and finish. And the snap on the clip point blade is fantastic. Next up we have the little sheep's foot blade. You can see the case style where it's more of a ram's foot blade, I guess, because it's smaller at this end than it is up here. And then along with that we have what looks to me like a little pen blade. Bit of a weaker snap on that one. But it might be a bit of a used spade blade because there is a flat edge here, but it does look a lot more like a pen blade to me. And I believe I picked this one up, I think it was about 20 as well. So pretty much a bargain for me picking up these vintage knives for that prices in the UK. Really wonderful deal. We're looking at a close length on this one of 3.4 inches closed. The clip point blade length of 2.4 inches full length, and then we're looking at a 2.1 inches of a cutting edge. The sort of sheep's foot, sort of ram's foot blade, we're looking at 1.5, and then a cutting edge of 1.25, and then that little pen blade, we're looking at a full blade length of 1.6, and then a cutting edge of pretty much around 1.5. But just an absolutely fantastic find, and one I was really glad to pick up as well. So that is, I believe, is this the 44 pattern? I think it is. We have 6344, so yeah, the 44 pattern Stockman from Case. Next up, one I really wanted to find. I love the 34 OT from Old Time. I just haven't managed to find a USA made one until yesterday, and this one was in absolutely fantastic condition. No box with any of these. These were all sort of part of just a big sort of container full of knives. You just sort of dive through and see what they've got. And I picked this one up for 35. You can see here we have the Old Timer oval shield, the proper shield, the one we like to see. We do have that saw cut Delrin with the brass pins and the nickel silver bolsters. You can see the fit and finish of this 34 OT is immaculate. There's no step in, no gaps at all. Absolutely wonderful made knife. Giving it a bit of a clean up, you can see we've got nice clear ends there now. There was a bit of a lazy action on it, but now I've cleaned it, I'm pretty happy with it. You can see you've got the saw cut Delrin on the back as well, and it's in such fantastic condition. I'm really glad to have picked this up. So we've got a close length for the 34 OT at 3.4 inches. We do have the clip point blade here, and you can see the Schrade USA 34 OT. Got a bit of patina on the carbon steel there, but something I really welcome on a knife. I really like it when I can pick one up that's been used and someone's really enjoyed it and cared for it. And you'll see from the blades that someone has really loved this knife, but they knew how to sharpen. They've done a great job of it. So the clip point blade, we're looking at 2.5, and then a cutting edge of 2.1. And then we have a sheep's foot blade, full blade length of, we're looking at about 2 inches bang on, and then a cutting edge of 1.6. And then finally we have that spade blade on there as well, which has a full blade length, we're looking at 1.7, and then a cutting edge of 1.4. So bearing in mind these might not be the most accurate measurements, as they obviously have been sharpened and used, but they're sort of a rough estimate. Just an absolutely fantastic knife. Really glad to have got this one as well. I do love this knife a lot. And finally was sort of a massive surprise for me. So I was going through one of actually the same knife dealer that I got these three from, and he mentioned that he had a load of case knives for sale in a big cabinet behind his desk, and they were all boxed and in there, and well, it's a sow belly. If you watch my channel, you know I love a sow belly. But it came in this sort of case box here, and we can see we're looking at number 16054, and that is the Tony Bowes sow belly 7339 SS. You can see sow belly, and it's in ebony wood, something I've not seen from Case or been able to buy anywhere before. And you can see this one was made on 22nd of June 2012, and this did come in the box wrapped in the tissue paper with all the packaging, and it's pretty much new old stock. It's never been used. And we'll just take a quick look around that now. So here it is. This is the Case Tony Bowes sow belly Stockman in the ebony. You can see you have the propeller shield on here with the brass pins and nickel silver bolsters. Same story on the back. I mean, I really wish I could show you the grain of this wood. when you go outside with it, it's absolutely beautiful, really, really fantastic. So we have the main clip point blade here, which has the Tony Bow's signature script on there. Do have a bit of a swedge at the top with a nail neck. You can see here the Case XX hang stamp, and that has a full blade length of 1 to 2.75. It looks just about, with a cutting edge of just shy of 2.5. The sheep's foot blade, nice chunky sheep's foot on this, and this has a full blade length of, we're looking about 1, 2 1/4. And then finally on the back you do have that spay blade as well, which has a full blade length of 1, 2 and just over 2, so 2.1. And then of course the standard sort of sow belly size from Case, we're looking at a closed length of 1, 2, 3, 3.8, about 3.8 inches, so standard sort of size. An absolutely fantastic knife. I will bring you a better in-depth review of this. Just want to give you a quick look at some of the knives I purchased. So there we go, guys. That's my sort of knife purchases from Sharp Show 2023 here in the UK. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Please be sure to like, subscribe and ring that bell for notifications. Peace out.